Hello, YouTube Nation, TF fans, and anybody else silly enough to come to my channel. This is GotBot, and what bot do I got today? I got the godfather of the modern day triple changer, the shuttle that everyone loves to hate as a train. He is classics, Astrotrain Deluxe class, and I'll be back in just 1 minute. Hello again, this is Dennis Moulton, YouTube personality, GotBot, and I am here with Deluxe Class Astrotrain. Why am I here with him? Why bother to do him now? Well, his most recent use was in a 3-pack with Galvatron and Octane. A specialist Decepticon 3-pack that came out a couple of years ago. It may have been part of Thrilling 30. I believe it was a platinum set. And the other reason is because as we move into Titan Wars through 2016, the rumor has been that all triple changers are going to be done as Voyagers. And that would fall in line when you look at characters like Sandstorm, Springer, and Blitzwing from recent history. I think it's a great move. I think these guys should be Voyager size. And one of the figures coming out is Sentinel Prime, which I think everyone is pretty much expecting will be an updated version of this guy. But what if you don't have any Astrotrain? Should you wait? Should you get this guy? It really depends on your taste. Obviously, he's been repainted a bunch of times. You can see right here, he's a beautiful shuttle. Beautiful shuttle. I did add the gold paint apps to the windows here and down right here. There's a reason for that. I wanted the windows to be there. They were molded in. They were not colored. They were not painted. I thought that was disappointing. But as a shuttle, I think he's really good. A lot of people have complained about the train bits being on the side. That really doesn't bother me. I've always just sort of seen them as engine bits or something of that sort. His gun stores underneath. He can roll like a champ, but of course he's a shuttle, so you want him to fly because he does have landing gear everywhere. The transformations for him, not bad, pretty easy actually. As usual, as we go through here, and I've already mentioned the paint, I'm going to talk about his paint apps. I'm going to talk about what I added to customize him and give that a grade. His Poseability, playability, and of course his transformation. This guy has to do a couple of jobs because he needs to go from this to train to bot. We will go from this to train to bot and talk about all three just a little bit. He is a nice shuttle. We've already talked about that. So to go to train mode, we'll do that next. Train mode, you take the fin at the top, and if you can split it, and that can be a little difficult. Splitting the top, split it open. Then you're going to come to the side and unpeg and unpeg. You're going to take the engine block down, engine block. You're going to take the thrusters down. You're going to flip this whole piece down, and you're going to take the arms and flip them up like this. They will go in behind that chest piece, in behind that chest piece, and they will snap together. You turn him over, and now you can kind of see that he's coming together as a bullet train type of rendition. Take off his gun next, because you're not going to want that down there, and flip in the landing gear that were up in shuttle mode. Push down. This whole piece, you really just flipped it from up here to right back here. Flip down the sides, and you'll notice that there is a post right here that my finger is by. It's going to go into a, where is it? It's going to go into a slot right here in the black. You may or may not be able to see it. I can't see it on camera, but you might be able to. That comes down. That comes down. We have the thruster piece left. Turn the thruster piece around really 180 degrees, I guess, and flip it down. And now we have Astrotrain in his train mode. If you want to store his weapon, there is a port up here. Stored up there, no problem. A lot of people have complained about this. They've said Astrotrain is supposed to be a steam engine. I can, I can accept some creative liberties taken. This is definitely a more modern day rendition of a train than the steam locomotive sort of rendition would be, than the traditional rendition would be. Would I like to have a traditional rendition? Sure. Do I wish that the paint apps in this were better? Definitely. I mean, let's be honest, the character based on the animation model should primarily be gray and purple. This certainly is not. It is a nice paint scheme, but it is not a true Astrotrain paint scheme. And you can also see here that I added paint for the windows going right along the side to give it more of a lit up train look. All in all though, considering we're working with a deluxe class and not a Voyager class, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good rendition, I have to say. I've always been happy with him. We will take him now. Oh, and he does roll like a champ. We will take him now and put him in bot mode from train mode. It is pretty easy. You flip these wing pieces out. You come to the front here and you split these pieces out because they're going to become his arms. So right now we've flipped down this large piece. Let me adjust the camera here. And we've taken the arm pieces that were up to form the front of the train and just flipped them out to the side. And this is kind of what we have now. You want to split the body. Can you split the body yet? Maybe you can't split the body yet. Although I thought I could. Yeah, here's what you want to do. You want to flip down this piece right here in the back. You want to flip this down so that you can flip out the robot head. I should note right here, I have done paint work on the robot head. The robot head is supposed to be white. I painted it with the purple and with the yellow. I had intended to try doing a lot more purple and gray on this guy, but I think it's a lot more work than I want to put into him. Take the shoulder pieces, turn them. Take the shoulder piece and turn it. Split the shoulder piece from the arm. Split the shoulder piece from the arm. You will also notice that this one has a Decepticon symbol up here. I bottom like it. I assume it's a repro label. They only came with the rub symbol down here. We go to the arms next, and you see train bits basically over where his hands should be. You basically just push them off to the side to bring out his hand. You take this one and you pull it off to the side, and his hands are out. You can flip up that back piece that we had down for bringing his head out, and flip up the backpack, which kind of gives him his big shuttle wings that stand out in robot mode. The engine piece just comes down flat and flush to the back. That leaves the lower half of his body. Extend the legs, which can be a little bit tricky. Split the nose cone of the shuttle. We split the nose cone of the shuttle. We flip up the toes. We take the nose cone, we turn it around so that it's facing upside down. And there is a little post here that will go into a little circle up right here. I'm going to try and do this off camera because it is extremely tedious to do. I'm not going to even pretend that it's not. Over here, this time, for some weird reason, the post is on the leg and the hole is in the nose, and I think that worked out better, to be honest with you. This side is usually far easier to do. And once you have all of that done, you just need to take him by the knees and split his legs. I didn't really add much paint apps here other than the head. I already talked about the gold. Overall though, this is not Astrotrain's color scheme. I am going to have to give the paint about a 4. It is Astrotrain's color scheme if you're going for toy accurate. If you're going for toon accurate, definitely not. A 4. Not a great score, folks. Transformation always is fun. It's easy. Transformation gets an 8.5. Poseability, head. It's on a ball joint, but it is extremely limited. You're not getting much motion other than looking up, to be perfectly honest with you. The arms do tend to have these pieces fall over the fists, but they do have a 90-degree elbow bend. There is a swivel, which is always nice. The shoulders can go out like this on both sides, which is always nice. It could go 360 if it wasn't for the backpack. If you want to move the backpack, the shoulders can go 360. These shoulder pieces really don't get in the way, to be honest with you. There is a knee bend, but it's one of those high knee bends with a really short thigh. That drives me nuts. There is a swivel, which is nice. There is a toe tilt, which is nice. If you're wondering how this deluxe measures up, and he doesn't really stand like a champ because he is a bit back heavy. Here he is, and I already done this review, and I'm bringing him in because I didn't do a size comparison with Hot Rod. And there is Hot Rod and Astrotrain. Here's a size comparison with a modern day Deluxe Alpha Bravo. You can see that they all scale quite well, and you'll also notice specifically, let me get Hot Rod out of here. You'll also notice specifically that the feet of Astrotrain and the feet of Alpha Bravo, you know, very, very similar sort of engineering went into making these. A real homage in this figure and the various uses of this mold, such as vortex and blades, to the lower half of the body of this classic mold. The gun does fit nicely in his hand. Ooh. Why can't I get this to fit in his hand? Does fit nicely in his hand. I just had to do it off camera just because it was a little bit easier. Does fit nicely in his hand. Playability? I would have to give playability about an 8. Only because the only reason he's not even higher is because of these pieces. These pieces on his wrists. And now he doesn't want to stand for me. Why do you not want to stand? Stand. Stand. There we go. Overall score. I would have to give him, because of the lack of size, because of the paint apps that I've had to add, and the ones that I'm missing for cartoon accuracy, the best I can give this guy is about a 6.5. Should you get him if you don't have an Astrotrain? He's a really good Astrotrain. He's not big enough and he's not the right color. If that doesn't bother you, or you're looking for toy accurate, hey, go for it. For me, I'm glad I have him. I like him. I enjoy him. And if there is never another Chug Line Astrotrain to take his place, I would be fine with him. I'm kind of excited about the prospect that Sentinel Prime is going to be repainted as Astrotrain. If that happens, I will definitely be in for it, unless that mold absolutely stinks. I've been hard on him, but the truth is he's a really good figure. He just has some things that make me want to nitpick and don't hit the mark for me. You know, thanks for watching, folks. Until next time, check me out on Twitter and Instagram and everything else. And we'll see what bot I got when next we meet. Bye-bye.